Listen to this story titled, Everything Happens for a Reason. This story is a life-changing story you must hear if you really want to be great in life. Initially, I thought I was dying, and in a way I was, but it took facing death to finally start living. When I encountered this story that changed my life, I believe it will change yours too for better. I was in a deeper mess. Hope you have clicked on the subscription button, liked, and commented. The story goes thus. Marcus had it all, at least on paper. A well-paying corporate job in a shiny glass tower, a sleek car, a condo downtown, and a list of meaningless weekend parties. But something deeper was missing. He woke up each morning with a heavy sigh, dreading another day of spreadsheets and shallow meetings. He knew something wasn't right, but he didn't know how to fix it. Or maybe he didn't have the courage to. He ignored the tightness in his chest, the fatigue, the late nights he drowned in coffee and stress. "I'll rest when I'm rich," he told himself. He didn't know rest would soon come, but not the kind he wanted. One rainy Tuesday, Marcus collapsed in the elevator, heart attack at 34. The beeping machines in the ICU felt like ticking reminders of how fragile life was. He lay in the hospital bed staring at the ceiling, unable to move without pain. No colleagues came to visit. No boss called to check in. Only his estranged younger sister, whom he hadn't seen in 3 years, sat by his bedside weeping. "Why are you here?" he whispered. "Because I still care. You pushed everyone away, but I'm still here." In that silence, something inside Marcus broke and began to heal. It took him months to recover, but he used every day to reflect. The books he once ignored became his companions. He rediscovered his faith. He reached out to people he had ghosted for years. But more than anything, he began asking one question. What am I really meant to do? One day at cardiac rehab, he met a teenage boy recovering from open-heart surgery. The boy looked terrified. Marcus sat beside him, shared his own story, and told him he'd be okay. The boy smiled for the first time in days. That moment lit a fire inside Marcus. He quit his job just like that. People called him crazy, but he didn't care. He began volunteering at the hospital. Then he started a blog to share his journey. The blog turned into speaking events, and soon he launched a foundation, Heartstrong, dedicated to supporting young cardiac patients emotionally, mentally, and financially. He wasn't earning millions anymore, but he was touching lives, real lives, and for the first time, Marcus felt truly alive. That heart attack didn't happen to me, it happened for me. It broke me to build me. Everything happens for a reason, and sometimes the worst moment of your life becomes the doorway to your greatest purpose. Hope you enjoyed the story. Now, have you asked yourself this? What about you? Maybe you haven't had a heart attack. Maybe your crisis came in another form: rejection, betrayal, failure, grief. But here's the question Marcus had to ask himself, and now it's yours too. What if your pain isn't punishment, but preparation? What if your detour isn't a delay, but divine direction? What if the worst thing that happened is shaping the best version of you? Take a moment today and reflect. What trial am I going through? What could life, God, or growth be trying to teach me through this? And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28, NIV. In real-life application, find your heart-strong mission. You don't need to wait for a crisis to live with purpose. Here's how you can start. Volunteer at a hospital, orphanage, or shelter, even just once a week. Call someone you've drifted from. Maybe they need your voice right now. Start something small, a blog, support group, or fundraiser for a cause that moved you. Donate or follow organizations like the American Heart Association or local rehab centers doing meaningful work. Be someone's light, be someone's Marcus, because everything does happen for a reason, and maybe that reason is you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment for more educative stories.